should have said I know that I didn't know.
Hey, Dash, check this out. Morning, sir.
Fine morning it is.
Yeah, you realise you crossed the centre line back there?
Yeah. Look, just gets a bit tricky in the wind sometimes, you know how it is.
Looks like you got a bit of wear on this tyre, sir.
Oh, yeah, I'm changing them all, actually. I'm just about up to that one.
Would you mind producing your license for me, please?
Yeah, it's in the glove box.
Will you get it for me? Just get the radio.
What's this, 3 points or something?
And Thomas 207. Okay, Mr. Lawson.
Yeah, g'day.
Maggie, they need us now. Got that. All right, we'll let you off with a warning, Mr. Lawson.
Thanks.
Hi, Alex. What's happening?
G'day, Dash. Maggie. Poor old Vera's had a bit of a fright. Don't know exactly what. Haven't been able to get past the vicar.
Hello. Robin Summerhayes, Holy Trinity. The parish manages this home.
Oh, yeah, I'm Acting Sergeant Doyle. I'm Constable Dash McKinley.
Hello. Perhaps I should explain to you, before you talk to Vera...
Oh, this is the victim?
Yes, if there is a victim. It's sometimes difficult to know with Vera if what she thinks happens actually does happen. She suffers from a bipolar disorder, manic depression. It sometimes seriously interferes with her perception of reality.
Well, if we could just treat it on its face value before we start dismissing it, Mr. Summerhayes.
You need Vera's side of the story.
Oh, yes, of course. I hope you don't think that I was suggesting anything else.
So it's Vera...
Pownall.
And she's a resident here?
Yes. She says that someone came into her room last night and touched her.
Last night?
She didn't tell anybody about it until this morning. She was too frightened to talk about it.
Did she see the attacker?
Apparently.
And did she recognise this person at all?
Oh, yes. It was the devil. Hello, Vera. This is Acting Sergeant Doyle.
Hello.
And Constable McKinley.
Hello, Mrs. Pownall. How are you?
I've had a terrible fright, dear.
So we heard. Can you tell us anything about it?
Well, I woke up because I could feel someone was there. You know how you just know?
I think we have some idea. Do you mind if I sit down? Thank you.
It was dark, but I knew someone was in the room.
Do you have any idea what time this was, Vera?
It was the middle of the night.
It could actually have been any time, after about 9:30. We had a power failure, had to call the electrician.
How long did the blackout last?
About 20 minutes.
And Vera, you think that you saw somebody in the room?
I did see him. He was standing right there, at the end of the bed, staring at me. And I was too frightened to even call out. So I just lay here. And then he pulled back the bedclothes and he touched me.
Vera? It's all right, you don't have to say any more just now.
I'm sorry, but I was so scared.
Vera, you don't have to be sorry about anything. Do you think you can answer one more question for me? Was it somebody that you'd seen before?
No, but I knew him. Oh, yes, I knew him. It was the devil.
And Vera, what makes you think that it was the devil?
Because he had that face and horns.
Delusions of being persecuted or even of being punished for being wicked, they are quite common symptoms of Vera's disorder.
Well, nevertheless, she may have been assaulted, and she's certainly convinced that she saw somebody, and we intend to take the matter seriously.
Yes, of course. That is why I called you.
There's no sign of forced entry. Who had access to a room?
Well, normally it's only the night staff, but it really does depend. There are several helpers, and then, of course, there are the visitors. They're free to come and go. We don't lock up until 10.
So it's quite possible that there could have been a stranger here without anybody really taking any notice?
Quite possibly.
Even if it were the devil?
Well, nobody mentioned seeing him, but he's always around, of course. But really, I think we just have to accept that even old ladies occasionally have fantasies.
Ah, don't we all?
How many times do we get called out because some old lady thought she saw someone peering in a window? Look, 9 times out of 10, there's nothing ever in it.
And the 10th time there is, so don't forget it.
We were called out last week for Vera.
panel, false alarm.
Yeah, we were called and we responded. End of story.
The devil.
Could we leave the devil out of it, please? He does not hang around Mount Tom.
Maybe she saw something. Oh, hi, cowboy. How's your horse?
You said...
She's fine, thank you.
So, did you get that tyre fixed, or do we have to come down on you with the full weight of the law?
I did, actually. I got a new one. Well, a new second-hand.
So, what can we do for you?
I'm reporting for duty. Jack Lawson. I'm the new probationary constable.
Swift's Creek,
Yes, sir.
where the mountain ash grows tall.
Oh, it's not quite so tall now, sir.
But they do have cars.
Sorry?
Well, it seems while you were on point duty in Melbourne, you managed to direct 2 vehicles into a collision.
Oh, that was the city, sir.
Yes. Not a great start, is it?
No, sir.
And don't call me sir, that's for the brain.
Sorry, senior. Senior sergeant?
I didn't ask for you know. You were sent.
I'm happy to be here. Mount Thomas looks great.
It's a good town. Decent people, by and large. And if we have a problem, then we try to deal with it in... Well, there are some people who think that I'm a bit old-fashioned, but I still put relations with the public #1.
All I ever wanted to be was a country policeman.
Then you've come to the right place. Just don't give me any grief.
No, sir.
So, you sorted out somewhere to stay?
I'm making arrangements.
Good. Doyle, you've met Acting Sergeant Doyle, haven't you?
Ah, yeah.
Find Lawson something to do, will you? Get him out and about, get him to know the district.
Yep.
Anything but directing traffic.
Hey,
So this is your
doesn't look like forced entry to me.
We already said that.
Hey, that's an improvement.
Hey, I'm just proving a point.
See, she could have seen the devil.
Yes.
Oh,
That'll be
yeah, well,
great.
that's what I understand has
Okay,
been drilled
Rachel,
through
thanks,
my
bye.
thick head here.
Why are you so happy?
I'm getting to pick the kids up Friday night playing Daddy all weekend. Good,
Now,
I'm
she
Ben
could also
Stewart. Who are you,
have
mate?
seen Frankenstein, Master Contract, and the King Kong. They're
right,
all
we'll
available
do
for a
the
local
cop,
video.
right?
And they sell many of those things?
Heard about that one as well.
None 21 over 12 in the
Thanks.
last
Well done. Wait, start the force, eh? Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry, Jack. Sorry, this is PJ Hasham, detective.
How do you do? Patrick Hasham, nice to meet you.
See, I don't trust him, mate. G'day.
Welcome
You've met
aboard.
Dash and Ben. So why don't you tell us who you were when we pulled you over? We would have really thrown the book at you.
I'm a first day and all. Felt like a bit of a goose.
Oh, the bosses asked me to find Jack something to do. Any suggestions? Well, there's always the Coro cupboard to be checked. There's the car to be washed. There's the lost property.
Sure.
They made me do the cells when I first started.
But Jack's a bloke.
Hey, why don't we send him over to Phyllis Suter's place? She had her purse handed in yesterday. It's got all her pension money in it, mate.
All right. Yeah, sure.
But Jack, listen, it is a good idea, but phone's not on, so you're going to have to go over there on spec.
But PJ, it's a bit tricky for a new. It's way out past 10 miles. Dash.
I'll be fine.
I'll draw you a map.
Go on. It's going to be way up. It's going to have to go through the state forest.
We had to find him around the area a little bit. Yeah, you certainly will. Listen, you and I are the only ones who are taking this assault seriously, and I think we should keep pushing it. Well, there's no forced entry. It has to be someone around the home.
And then, of course, there's me. I was there. You'll have to include me if you're looking for suspects. And Graham was there. He came to fix the circuit breaker.
And a surname for Graham?
Graham Swamy. He's an electrician. Did I tell you that we had a power failure?
Yes, you did.
Well, we always use Graham. Not just because he's a parishioner, but he's a good tradesman. When you find one, you stick with him.
And who else?
Well, I think Alex Prentice was there. He's the ambulance driver.
Yes, I know Alex.
Yes, Alex brought Herb back from the hospital. Herb cut himself whittling. Actually, he needed a few stitches.
So that is Graham Swamy and Alex Prentice.
Yes, I think Anthony was there. That's Anthony Gray. He's another one of the helpers. I think he was actually doing the accounts for the home in the office.
Could any of these gentlemen got into Vera's room without being noticed?
Oh, I should think any of them could. Any of us could, I should say.
Well, you seem to know them all quite well.
Well, Anthony and Graham are actually in a little men's group that I run.
Well, most of them are either divorced or unemployed or indecisive.
Don't look at me. I don't want to know.
Well, you're frightened, detective.
No, I'm not frightened, but it does not apply.
Well, I am not so sure.
So how does this help the investigation?
Well, two of the people who are at the home are involved in this group, Graham Swamy and Anthony Gray.
Doesn't mean they molest people or even that anyone was definitely molested.
Boss, I'm not saying that it does. I just think that it might be worth casually checking them out.
Sorry.
Why not?
Well, I just can't imagine anybody volunteering for it,
I
that's
just
all.
don't see what the problem is.
Summer haze. The stuff he does is so dull. It's very worthy, but endless outreach programs. I mean, he's even trying to get the Catholics and Protestants together.
Oh, heavens, we can't have that.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not against it. It's just the way he goes about it. I mean, it's as if he's seen the light and no one else has.
I still think it would be really useful for somebody to go to this
All
meeting.
right, if you can find a volunteer. By the way, where's Lawson?
Oh, he's off delivering Phyllis's purse.
Phyllis Suter.
It was 2 hours ago.
You sent him out to 10 Mile?
Yeah, I just familiarise himself with the district.
Which way did you send him? Not via the State Forest. Oh, thank you very much. He's probably got himself lost. Get on the radio, see if you can find him and get him back here now.
Mount Thomas Station to Mount Thomas
All you
208.
have to do is sit there.
But they're going to know that I'm there having a sticky beak,
No,
aren't
no, they won't, because you would have a reason.
And what, pray tell, would that reason be?
Well, you're divorced.
Yes, but it's not a problem, okay?
Absolutely not. It's just that Dash and I can't go for obvious reasons. The bots... He can't go for religious
Mount Thomas
reasons.
Station to Mount
Jack
Thomas
is too young to have
208.
He
could have left his radio in
Just
the
keep trying.
Lawson, Lawson, you read me.
Open-minded. Come on.
Mount Thomas Station to Mount Thomas 208. Please respond. Lawson.
Mount Thomas 507 to Mount Thomas Station.
Where in God's name have you been? Have you talked to Phyllis yet?
Yeah, boss. Look,
Phyllis said he left about an hour ago. There's still no sign of him.
You two created this, so don't bother coming back to the station till you do find him. Cancel that, he's just turned up. Mount Thomas Station returning to main channel. Where have you been and why didn't you respond to the calls?
Oh, sorry, sir. I didn't hear him.
Why not?
I must have been cutting Mrs. Suter's tree.
Why were you doing that?
Well, because the branches were getting so long, they were hanging over the power lines, and she was afraid they might explode.
Yeah.
Well, was that wrong, sir? Shouldn't I have done it?
No, I probably would have done the same thing myself. It's just that I've got half the station out searching the state forest for you.
Oh, I didn't go through the state forest, sir.
Didn't you use PJ's map?
No, it looked a bit hairy to me. So I checked out the Ordnance Survey map I brought with me, and there's a much better way.
Serves them right.
She's shacked up round the corner with another bloke.
Graham, are you really saying that you don't want to see Trish anymore? That might mean that you'd be separated from your children.
At least you get to see your kids. I don't get to see my kid at all.
She's left you, mate, so you get angry.
I don't want to get angry with her.
There's nothing wrong with anger. It's an important emotion. Ben, how do you feel about your ex-wife?
Oh, I don't feel anything.
Oh, come on, mate. We're all here together, aren't we? She's left you.
Yeah, she left me all right, but it's all right. I don't feel angry about it. Not anymore.
Well, I still feel angry about my former wife. That's why I formed the group.
Yeah, well, I'm with Anthony here. I don't want to get angry. Is that okay?
Hey, Benjamin, how was it?
Oh, well, they wanted me to get angry, so finally I got angry and I left. And don't ask me to go back, okay? Otherwise I'll get really angry.
Did you find out anything?
Yes, I found a heap of blokes who all feel resentful towards women. Surprise, surprise. Thanks, Chris.
Resentful enough to harm an old lady.
I don't know. How can you tell? I mean,
Imperial.
done it even summer.
Yeah, sure, he's in. Okay, just Dash.
Hey, Dash. Right. I'll see you back at the station. It's been another assault. Okay, Margaret, now, this man touched you. And what happened then?
I screamed.
And then I came running in. He was there, sort of leaning over her, so I grabbed at him.
That's when he punched you, yeah?
Yeah, then he ran out the back door.
Did he say anything to you?
He whispered my name.
Right. And then he tried to touch your leg. Is that right?
Yeah. His hands didn't feel real. Like they were plastic.
Okay. It's okay. Do you remember at all what this man might have been wearing or what he looked like?
All I saw was a mask. Like the devil.
All right, so we don't have much of a description, but we do have the devil's mask.
We've got an idea that he's wearing latex gloves, and both attacks happened at night.
And both time, no evidence of forced entry, so he seems to be familiar with the place where the attacks occurred.
He also whispered the girl's name, which means that he probably knows her.
There's no one extra night patrols until this maniac's been found.
So who's going to get all this extra overtime, Acting Sergeant Doyle?
Well, you know, I'd say that the senior members are probably first in line.
And a good thing, too.
Okay, so we should check out any shops selling masks.
Yeah, thank you, Constable McKinley.
Thank you, Constable McKinley.
Kinley. Let's track down the gloves, eh? It's a bit of a long shot, but it's worth a go. Hardware, shop, servos, that sort of thing. List of everyone who might know their way around the girl's house, eh?
All right, come on, Jack. I'll show you the shops.
Hey, listen, one of the blokes at the men's group last night, I think his name's Graham Swaim, mentioned that he had a daughter called Margaret.
Margie, yeah. Why, is there something wrong?
Have you ever been to the Fowler house, Graham?
Fowl?
In Cobden Street.
Cobden.
It's at the end.
No, I don't recall it, no.
It's a little cream Victorian.
What?
Were you there last night?
Why would I be there?
All right, so what were you doing at 10 o'clock last night?
I don't know. I was driving around.
Me?
Can anyone verify that?
Now, I've spoken to Jill Fowler. She had a PowerPoint put in about a month ago by Graham Swaim. She showed me the receipt. And she remembers him saying that he's got a little girl, too, called Margaret, about the same age. That's great. Oh, and talking about men's group, Anthony Gray's been to the house as well. He was helping Jill Fowler with some social security forms she was having trouble with. And she is a parishioner at the Holy Trinity Parish. Robin Summerhayes visited there, too. Is there anything else? No. Ta.
Oh, yeah, right, sorry. I have been there. It's very hard to remember every job, yeah? Why, what's all this about?
Well, a 12-year-old girl was assaulted there last night, Graham, while you were driving around.
Well, it wasn't bloody me.
Her name's Margaret. I think she's about the same age as your daughter. 12?
What are you trying to say?
Where exactly were you driving around?
I wasn't actually driving around. I was parked.
Where, Mr. Swamey?
Outside Trish's place. That's my bloody ex-wife. I was waiting for her to come home so I'd give her her maintenance money.
10 o'clock at night.
I like to give her the money in her hand so she can look me in the bloody eye when she takes the money off me.
At 10 o'clock at night.
She's hard to catch.
Did you give it to her?
Oh, yeah, I gave it to her. Go and ask her.
What's Graham done now?
Well, we're just checking on his whereabouts around 10 last night. Now, he says he was here delivering the maintenance.
Yes, there's one pleasure in life, the creep.
So you saw him, did you, Mrs. Swami?
I didn't actually see him, but he was here all right.
Oh, how do you know that?
Because I found it shoved under the door when I came home. Didn't even put it in an envelope. Typical bloody Graham.
I don't know. Go and watch the four-wheel drive.
I just finished doing it. And I tuned it and adjusted the brakes and rotated the tyres while I was at it.
Good. Well, check the Coro cupboard.
Sally,
I've already
hi.
done that.
I believe you're holding Graham Swamey.
Yeah, we are. We're interviewing him.
Have you charged him yet?
Not yet. We've suspended the tape while we wait for you to speak to him.
Sally, how was the holiday?
Fine, very enjoyable. Could I see him now, please?
Yes.
Pop in before you leave.
And Thomas, please come to me. Oh, yes, Rachel. Yeah, he's just here. 2 secs. It's Rachel again.
Rachel, hi. Well, it's not a problem, no. But I was hoping to have them for 2 whole days.
Come in. Oh, Sally.
Good to see you.
Yes, you're looking well. Will you sit down?
No, thanks. I've only got a moment. I've been thinking about you.
Yes, I have too. Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about you too.
So, what about tonight? Dinner?
Good. Yeah, the Imperial too?
Fine. About 8?
Good.
See you there.
Mr. Summerhayes.
Oh, hello again.
This is Senior Detective Hasham.
Pleased to meet you.
How do you do?
Oh, I heard about Margaret Fowler. It's dreadful.
Oh, where did you hear that?
From a neighbour of the Fowlers, a parishioner. Is the little girl all right? Perhaps I shouldn't go round.
No, that's fine. They're fine. They're doing fine. They've been looked after.
Fortunately, the attacker was scared off.
And you think it's the same man who attacked Vera?
It's possible.
How can I help?
Well, we know that some of your members from the men's group have been round to the Fowler place recently.
Yeah, so Graham Swamey, Anthony Gray, and yourself.
Oh, yes, I've visited Jill many times. Surely I'm not a suspect.
Well, we'd just like you to tell us where you were last night about 10 p.m, Mr.
Oh,
Summerhayes.
I was tidying up after the men's group, stacking chairs, that sort of thing.
Can you back that up?
I'm afraid not. I was by myself. You'll have to take my word for it. I'm usually considered to be fairly trustworthy.
What about the other 2 men that we mentioned before? Do you think that it's possible they could be responsible for this attack?
Look, I have a special relationship with these men, a relationship of trust.
And we do understand that, Mr. Summerhouse.
And not only as a priest, but also as a counsellor.
Sir, it's just that we feel that this man may attack again next time more seriously.
There are some men who find it very difficult even to admit to feelings of violence towards women. Now, Graham and Anthony at least had the courage to come forward and talk about that. Now, I don't think that goes with committing this sort of offence.
Well, could you be a little bit more specific?
We'd like you to understand our problem.
I do understand, but I would ask you please to understand my problem. My work would be impossible if I was to betray the trust of these men. I'm sorry.
G'day. I'm looking for somewhere to put my horse.
What?
Do you use this paddock?
There's no need to shout.
Sorry, I was just wondering if I could put my horse in there until I find somewhere else for it.
A horse? Why would I want a horse? I'm finished with horses.
Have a good day. Thanks. I suppose.
So you were home all night?
Yes.
Can anyone corroborate that?
No. I live alone. Since Jennifer took Kate, my little girl.
So, Mr. Gray, what were you doing last night?
I watched a video. It was just something silly I rented. High school something.
So you didn't go anywhere near the Fowler house?
No.
But you have been there before, haven't you? Last month?
Yes. Yes, I have. I helped Jill out with some paperwork. That's something I do through the church. I like to feel as if I'm still a bit useful.
Anthony, did you assault Vera Pownell 2 nights ago at the Holy Trinity retirement home?
No.
Did you assault Margaret Fowler in her bedroom last night?
No.
I reckon she likes it here.
We prefer to think of them as guests rather than just horses.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, sounds perfect.
Month in advance, okay?
Be nice if you and I could get away together sometime. Or you get a cabin somewhere for the weekend.
Yeah, that'd be very nice.
It would be.
We've been away for a weekend for years. Nell and I used to go down to the Otways all the time. Kylie, Wye River, Apollo Bay.
Ah, well, I wasn't trying to rush you.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. I would really love to go, to be with you. It's just...
It's all right, Tom. Perhaps I shouldn't have suggested it.
Hey, wake up!
Yeah. Hello?
I thought you told me you were fixing up somewhere to stay.
I was, sir, but I had to find somewhere for my horse first, and that used up all my ready money.
Look, money is not the issue here, Lawson. If there was a problem, you should have come to me and I would have found you something. Can't have a member sleeping in a ute.
I was fine. I've done it tons of times.
Well, you're not doing it anymore. Not around here, especially with some head case on the loose. I'll fix you up with something later on.
Thank you, sir.
In the meantime, you can help me with the property inventory.
I've already done that, sir.
Have you?
Yes, sir.
All right, then find yourself something else to do and stop calling me sir. Call me boss.
Yes, sir. Boss.
Just go.
Hey, Jack, how'd you sleep?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Look, any problems, you come and see me, all right?
Hey, you know why Robin Summerhays left his last
Well, is
parish?
this going to be true or McKinley family gossip?
His wife stood up one day in church and announced that she was leaving him for one of the other parishioners.
You're kidding me.
No. And then she just walked out right there and there in front of everyone. No wonder he runs a men's club. Yeah.
There's been another attack on Patricia Swamey from 12 Barramunger Court.
That's great, Swami's wife. Mr. Gray, how can we help you?
I need to speak to someone. I think I've done something very bad.
So, Alex, how is she?
Look,
She's got a nasty bump to her head. Luckily I was next door when it happened.
At Joe Neeson's place?
Yeah, heard a scream, came in. Here's this joker wearing a devil's mask, hitting her over the head with a juice bottle. He had a bag over her head as well. I left it inside.
All right, now, did you touch anything at all, Alex?
Only the bag, Maggie. I had to get it off her. Everything else is as it was.
Yeah, and then what happened?
Yelled at him. He swung at me, so I whacked him one. I chased him, but I thought I'd better come back and see how she was. She's badly concussed. He must have hit her pretty hard.
Yeah.
All right, now, Alex, can you give us a description, please?
Look, average size, couldn't tell the age, but pretty fit.
Right, now, what about what he was wearing?
Look out, tracksuit, I think, dark sort of colour.
Oh, how's your hand?
Oh, it's a bit sore. I've got him on the left cheekbone, I think.
Left cheek. Great, we got that. All right, here's this.
Great help, mate.
Thanks,
All right,
mate.
Alex.
I just couldn't help myself. I didn't mean to do anything bad.
Anthony, you're obviously trying to help yourself by getting counselling. That may go in your favour. But we need you to be honest with us now and tell us exactly what happened, please.
She was in the bath. I went in to help her.
Is this a regular thing?
Yes. It was always a special time for both of us.
So how did you get into the house if she was already in the bath?
I used to live there.
Well, you lived at Trish Swamey's house.
No. Why would you think that?
Trish Swamey was attacked today. Now, isn't that why you're here in front of us now?
No. No, it's my daughter, Kate. I think I might have sexually abused my daughter.
Oh, Mr. Gray, how old is your daughter then, please?
3. She was 2 then.
And you're worried that you may have touched her in the bath.
I always soaped her all over. I think I might have touched her.
Anthony, the fact that you might have touched your daughter while you were washing her in the bath doesn't mean you sexually assaulted her.
Mr. Gray, is there anybody who can vouch for your whereabouts between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. this morning?
Oh, Senior Constable Stewart. To what do we owe the pleasure?
We have one of the members of the men's group down at the police station, one Anthony Gray.
Anthony? Is he all right?
Well, physically, he seems fine. However, he's a suspect in an attack on Patricia Swamey.
I find that very hard to believe.
Now, he claims that he was with you at the time of the incident.
Well, he left about 2 hours ago. He's been helping me since 8 this morning.
We know about the very public nature of your marriage breakdown. I understand that could make you very resentful towards women.
What exactly are you trying to suggest?
Naturally, we're concerned that these attacks are escalating in their violence.
Look, I've never denied my angry feelings towards my ex-wife. When are you going to stop denying yours?
I've seen one of these things before. Robin Summerhays gave me one. He used them to put his literature in.
You're not suggesting it was the Reverend?
I'm not suggesting anything.
But then, what sort of Reverend hands out sample bags? Have you contacted Swamey yet?
Look, he's not answering his mobile, so...
So far we know that the attacker put a bag over Trish Swamey's head, don't we?
Well, we know that she had a bag on her head. We just don't know that Graham Swamey put it there. You got a biscuit.
So what, it could have been Anthony Gray, do you think?
Well, he doesn't have any marks on his face, and Alex was adamant that he hit the attacker on the face before he ran off.
Well, Anthony's a bit of a nutcase. But maybe Alex is wrong about hitting the attacker.
So what, he comes in here ready to make a confession and he gets scared when he realises the consequences and he makes up the story about his daughter?
You better check out his alibi. See if he really was with Summerhays last night.
OK, we'll check his prize and we should also maybe get in contact with his wife.
And
so
see
she
if he's
made
got a
any
psych
complaints.
history
I think
as
he's
well.
just being paranoid, you know. With all this talk about child molestation and stuff, some fathers are probably too freaked out to bath their kids at all.
You're not wrong.
I mean, I didn't even think about it. Did you, boss?
Things were different in mine, eh?
Yeah, that's because the women did it.
Oh, very funny.
Fear of sex does funny things to some people's minds. That's all I'm
Why
saying.
don't you occupy yours with finding out about Gray's alibi?
Yeah, good idea.
I'll just go for a long ride myself.
When?
Well, if things start playing on my mind.
Well, remember that, Lawson, next time you go missing. In the meantime, why don't you go and sweep out the cells? No, don't tell me.
Oh, but I reckon they could do with a lick of paint.
Yeah, paint and black.
Tom, could I have a word? In private?
Well, have I got completely the wrong idea about where our relationship is going?
Oh, I don't know. I hope not.
Last night you seemed to be backing away. I mean, I don't want to force myself on you.
Look, this isn't easy for me. I mean, it's been 5 years, you know.
Well, I don't exactly throw myself at everything
No,
I
no, no,
meet.
of course you don't. I mean, I didn't mean that.
Tom, I like you. I'm attracted to you. We're both grown-ups and we're both alone, so where is the problem?
I don't know, maybe I'm just a bit scared of you. I mean, of course I want to, but I wonder if I disappoint you.
Tom. And I was just worried you didn't feel about me the way that I feel about you.
There's no one in the world I would rather be with.
Psych services have no record of Anthony Gray currently undergoing treatment.
Well, it doesn't mean he hasn't in the past.
And he's no history of a criminal record either. Well, I spoke to his mother-in-law on the number that he gave us, and she said she doesn't know, or she's not saying where her daughter is, but she was free with her opinion that he's not well.
Well, that seemed pretty obvious, man.
Well, Gray's alibi checks out if Summerhays is telling the truth.
If he's telling the truth?
Well, in alibying Gray, he's alibying himself, isn't he?
I just wish we could get a proper psych assessment on him. Last one.
If wishes were horses... Lawson, come with me. We're going down to the pub.
Yes, sir.
Boss!
To get the lunches.
Where's the hat? They promised me a cowboy hat. G'day, Chris Riley.
Hi, yeah, Jack Lawson. Hat must be in the ute somewhere.
Along with all his other worldly possessions. He spent the last 2 nights sleeping.
Really? Oh, we can't have that now, can we? We'll have to fix you up with something.
Could you?
Come on over after work and I'll show you a room or two.
Well, the thing is, I'm a bit short at the
He
moment.
squanders all his money on his horse.
Well, pay me when you've got it.
Well, you might be able to come to some arrangement. He's very good with his hands.
I'll just get your sandwiches for you, Tom.
Mine's the ham too, Mr. Margot.
Hey, you took a corned beef. I ordered corned beef.
Well, so did I. There was only enough for one.
Well, this masked attacker business is seriously weird.
It all links back to the men's group. The victims bag at Trish Swamey's place.
We need to actually know whether or not the attacker brought the bag. And look, why would he use something so bloody obvious?
The guy wears a devil's mask. He's obviously into obvious in a big way.
And another thing.
Mount
He's
Thomas
never
Police, Councillor
attacked
McKinley speaking.
in daylight before.
Right, I'll let them know. Thank you. Mrs. Swamey's conscious. She's ready for us to talk to her.
He was waiting when I came home from the supermarket.
Inside the house?
Yes. He must have been behind the door. I didn't even see him. He grabbed me and pulled my arms up my back and forced me down on the floor. And then he pulled something over my head.
It was a bag.
I couldn't breathe.
Did he say anything at all to you, Trish?
I know.
Go on.
He was pulling at my jeans. And I knew he was going to rape me. So I screamed and I lashed out with my feet. And then he started hitting me on the head with something. And then I don't know what happened.
So, Trish, you didn't actually see your attacker, did you?
I smelt him. It was my bloody husband.
Yes, of course, Graham had one of these. But surely you're not going to assume that just because of this, that the person who attacked Trish is necessarily associated with the church.
Well, you'd have to understand, Mr. Summerhays, that we have to check all the possibilities.
Yes, I do understand that, but I really don't think that Graham would be responsible for all these attacks. He's been making very good progress.
And you feel confident about that?
Yes. In fact, I'd be very surprised if any members of the group would be associated with such a thing. I know these men. I know their problems. In fact, I share some of their problems myself. But the whole point of the group is to channel anger in non-violent ways.
There's still no sign of Swamy. You two keep an eye out.
Receive that, boss man Thomas 207, back on channel.
You know, Mags, the court isn't going to convict on a smell.
I believe Trish Swamy.
Well, we'll find something if it is him.
VK Cityman Thomas 507, assault in progress at Holy Trinity Church.
Receive that, VKC, ETA, 2 minutes.
I'm trying to help you, Graham. Graham! Who's angry?
Mr. Swamy!
Hey! For God's sake!
Hey!
Leave
it, leave it.
Hey, leave it! Will you leave it? Shut up! Stand back.
So I take a seat there, please, Mr. Summerhays.
Yeah, straight through.
They're fighting outside the church.
I thought only us Irish did that. Lawson, interview room. Time you faced up to the facts of life.
Yes, boss.
Hi, Rachel. Yeah, what's up?
Well, this turns out to be very convenient because I've organised a warrant to search Swamy's things.
His car's outside the church still.
All right, McKinley, go and check it out, will you?
Look, you know that I want
Mr. Summerhays, come on in.
I just don't want the weekend I have to keep changing. No, you're the one who's not being fair to me or to the kids. Look, I don't want to talk about it, OK?
I felt responsible. He's one of my flock. I had to tackle him about it.
I believe you were told it was a police matter, that we were investigating it.
Look, you're not the only ones who have an obligation to deal with this, you know. I awakened an anger in this man, and if he used it for ill, then I share the blame.
You can't take responsibility for everything, Mr. Summerhays, and you may have seriously compromised our investigation.
I merely asked him a question.
Which was?
Did you attack your wife?
Who does he bloody think he is? Just because he wears his collar back to front?
Graham, did you assault your wife this morning?
No, I did not.
This yours? For the purpose of the tape, I now produce a white cotton bag, blood-stained, with a logo of a fish on it.
Why would it be mine?
Do you possess a bag like this?
Yes, he hands them out to everyone.
Who's that, Summerhays?
No, the Bishop of bloody Melbourne. What do you reckon?
So where's yours?
I don't know. I was using it as a rag.
What, in a van, garage? Where is it?
Oh, I might have thrown it out.
You got a devil's mask?
No.
How'd you cop that mark on your face?
Oh, what do you bloody reckon? I've just been thumped by Summerhays, haven't I? You saw it?
Now, I'm going to ask you again, Mr. Swamy, did you assault your wife this morning?
No, I didn't do it. I wasn't even near her place today, Nick. I'm sorry she got bashed, all right? But it wasn't me, it wasn't. Now, you bloody get me a solicitor here before I answer any more of your bloody questions.
Trisha Swamy recognised her attacker's smell.
His smell?
Yeah, she's got no doubt about it.
Now, Graham Swamy, he's got a mark on the left side of his cheek. That's where Alex said he hit the attacker.
So he could have got that fighting with Robin Summerhays. I mean, there's no concrete proof that it happened during Trish Swamy's attack.
What about the bag?
It could be anyone's.
The blood on it?
We're applying for a court order to get a DNA sample. And there's no prints on the bottle.
Actually, Alex didn't mention that the attacker wore gloves, did he?
All right, you better have a talk to him and Mrs. Swamy, but I don't think you've got enough to charge him.
I've spoken to my client. Have you finished interviewing him?
Yes, we've finished for the time being.
Then I'd like him released.
Well?
Hope this doesn't spoil our friendship.
No, just doing your job as I'm doing
Shout your
mine.
beer at the pub.
PJ, I found this underneath the seat of Mr. Swamy's van.
So there was a mask found in my van, but the kids might have left it there. I didn't attack anyone, though, I swear.
Mr. Swamy, the blood from the bag found at your wife's house is currently being tested, as is physical evidence from the other attacks. Now, when we get the results back, you can look forward to a nice litany of charges.
Well, that's crap.
In the meantime, you'll be charged with 1 count of intentionally caused injury and indecent assault.
I'm innocent. Go on.
I'm sorry, sir. The facts suggest otherwise.
Mr. Summerhays. Graham's being moved to St David's for the night. I'm not sure you're going to get a chance to see him.
I really didn't think Graham was capable after all the work we'd done and the progress I thought that he'd made. I really have failed Graham very badly.
Well, I don't think you should feel responsible for Graham's action. I mean, he does have to take a lot of that blame himself.
I really can't understand how I could have been so wrong.
Well, look, for what it's worth, you weren't wrong about me. I do have a lot of unresolved feelings towards Rachel and maybe even some anger. I just hadn't wanted to admit it, especially to myself.
Would you like to talk about it?
Oh, come on, that's a big test.
Do a man or a mouse?
Gee, what if I fail? No cheese for a week. Hold on.
Right, not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't do that again. Oh, give the boy a break.
Thanks. What has wearing a mask got to do with having sex?
It is a riddle.
No, I'm serious. Now, have you ever thought of wearing a mask while you're having sex?
No.
Oh, it's not just rapists, though. I mean, some people do it for fun. Maybe there's something in it.
I love the roses. Thank you. So, Tom, can I shout you that beer?
Oh, I think tonight might be a strictly top-shelf affair.
So what are you doing later?
Terrible headache. I might have to have an early night.
Oh, Tom, that is a tired old excuse.
Well, I'm a tired old copper.
Are you sure Dash is coming home tonight?
I'm sure
It's
she's
just...
going to be back any minute.
What about my place?
I need to get some sleep. I see you tomorrow.